What's good, geeks? I'm Gen Z, and welcome back to Generational Geeks. And if you're new here, hello, how are you? How are you doing? And welcome to the channel. So today, I'm sure you read the title, we're going to be going over Birds of Prey. Once again, nothing new on this channel. We've had 2-3 other discussions about the movie on this channel. One was a movie review. I don't really count that as like a discussion because I think it was spoiler free. I don't know. It was quite a while ago. It was when the movie first came out. So I have bullet points over here to help me think of what I'm trying to say and the things I'm trying to get across. So first things first, I believe that Birds of Prey as a movie did not use Harley to her full potential. They didn't use her as a character, as something that people could relate to, as something that is deep and emotional and has an origin or a backstory or has a future story to tell. They used her as an agenda of sorts to push into the media, I guess, and it didn't work. And it didn't ruin her character, but it definitely downplayed it a lot because Harley's stories have always been very deep-seated, very dangerous, very emotional, because that's the kind of character she is. She's a very complex character, and I feel like the way Birds of Prey portrayed her did not give her that edge that she has in everything else. She wasn't a character or a living being in Birds of Prey, she was a puppet. And that's just how I feel. I mean, you could see my other talking points in some of the past videos we've done for Birds of Prey, and I think I articulated it a lot better there. But I'm just here to talk about the stuff I didn't like about the movie. So, another thing, the movie could have been could have been good. It could have been a very good movie. I feel like if they went a totally different route, if they showed Harley dealing with the breakup with Joker, because in the movie she seems to just kind of brush it off, but that's not how any other Harley breakup stories have gone. She loves Joker. I mean, obviously the stuff she's done for him, he's the only comfort that she's ever known in her life. He's the only thing that has been consistent throughout her entire life, and suddenly losing that in like the snap of a finger would devastate her. But in this movie it just kind of meh. After she blows up some factory, she's just like, nah, I don't really care anymore, I guess I'm over it. New woman, which I understand what they were trying to do, but I think they failed at doing it, because they could have showed her dealing with it a whole lot better. And I mean, that's kind of the impression I had with the movie in the first place, was that it was going to be her kind of finding herself without Joker as part of her identity, because she doesn't know who she is at this point. Joker is all she's ever known. So going on a route of crime and self-discovery would have been a way better story, but then they threw in a bunch of unneeded stuff and quips here and there that just kind of brought the movie down rather than lifted it up, and that definitely hurt what it was going for. Now, something else I want to talk about is very, I guess, controversial. I have pictures in front of me of each of her outfits from both Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey, and there's technically 4 main outfits I want to talk about. In Birds of Prey she wears 2 different outfits with the same top, and then in Suicide Squad she wears 1 outfit and then there's a jacket that's sometimes on. So a lot of people pointed out that in Birds of Prey her outfit was a lot less sexualized than it was in Suicide Squad. And I am here to disagree with that, because looking at these 2 pictures right here, you know, Birds of Prey, Suicide Squad, there's still a sex appeal to the Birds of Prey one. She still has her incredibly small crop top. She still has her super short shorts. Nothing has changed, I feel like. And they made her hair shorter. Like, what's that? And her neckline has dipped down further. You know, you take these two pictures and compare them side by side, and it's very obvious that they're not as different as people are saying they are, in terms of how much skin is showing, and in terms of empowerment and fighting this and fighting that. No, it's, yes, they made Margot Robbie wear a push-up bra in Suicide Squad. So what? That doesn't change the fact that there's still a bunch of skin showing in Birds of Prey, when that was one of the main fighting points for why people didn't like her in Suicide Squad. Like, you cannot pick and choose with these things. In Suicide Squad, she has a full shirt that has rips on it, and her arms are covered, and she has a glove on one hand, and fishnet stockings, and really short shorts, and high heels. And in Birds of Prey, she has an itty-bitty shirt that's basically a bra, with a dip-down neckline, and short shorts, and no stockings, and high heels, and it's like, you take these two and compare them, but they're basically the same thing when you look at each of the elements together. Yes, they do not look the same, but comparing and contrasting them, you can tell that there's not much of a difference. And I hate it when people are like, oh, it was so much better in Birds of Prey because of how they treated her, how they looked at her, her outfit choices, but it wasn't. And there's another outfit, and it's this one here. It's the same top, the like bra basically, with the golden jumpsuit that zipped down to her belly button. It's like, you're trying to show that she doesn't have to show skin to be powerful, or whatever they were trying to prove here, but you're still zipping down the romper, you're still hiking up that bra, it's the same thing. And I mean, I just don't understand people's arguments with this, because yes, the romper does cover more because it's full pants, but at the same time, she doesn't wear that the entire movie. She doesn't wear either the entire movie, obviously, because they have to be interchangeable, but she wears the one with the weird stringy jacket a lot more than she does the golden romper. And that's just, I don't know, man. Doesn't sit right with me that people are using that as an argument, because that's not how that works. Like, you have to look at both sides and see how each impact each other, and how similar they are, and how different they are. And looking at it, I mean, I didn't even compare her makeup. Her makeup is not really a factor. Yeah, it's not very different. And her hair, I don't know. I didn't really like her hair in Suicide Squad. And I don't like it in Birds of Prey. I kind of like what they did with it in Birds of Prey more than in Suicide Squad, because I feel like it's a lot more Harley Quinn. And it's kind of that crazy style that you would see someone like her rock. And I think Margot Robbie does kind of pull it off. But at the same time, I don't know why they felt the need to do it. Like, people were saying it was a sign of her overcoming things and this and that, and that's not, no, that's not what that was. So in order to kind of push the agenda that you want to push, your movie still has to be good. And Birds of Prey wasn't even good. And so it failed on two different forefronts that had to be connected. They both had to succeed in order to be a good film, and they both failed. The agenda and the plot, they went hand in hand, and they failed. And I think the movie took a big blow for that, because it was that's why people are shaming it so much. It's not because they're sexist or misogynistic. No. Disliking a character and disliking a movie does not make you misogynistic or sexist. It just means you have a different opinion, and in this case, the opinion is correct. I think in future DC things, they need to introduce the Poison Ivy Harley dynamic more, because whether it's friendship or something else or anything, back in the original cartoons, they had great chemistry. They were really good friends. In the comics, they were amazing duos and unstoppable, and Ivy helped Harley get over Joker. Ivy helped her see her worth, which would have been great in this movie. Because, like I said in the beginning, Harley was lost without Joker. She wasn't sure who she was without him. And I feel like if they introduced Ivy, then she could have kind of shown her who she was without him. And I think that would have been a great movie. And it just kind of failed. The plot they went with, everything, it didn't tie together well. It wasn't fun to watch. It wasn't entertaining. The dialogue wasn't great. There was stuff they hyped up in the trailer that wasn't even in the movie that much. Sorry for the pause. It was in the movie, but it wasn't in the movie very much. And it was like overhyped and people were excited. And then it was like, oh, that's your 1 second viewing of that. Time to move on. That's not how you do things. And a bunch of other movies have done that, and they got backlash for that, so you'd think that the producers would have looked at those movies and been like, oh, that's something we probably shouldn't do then. But no. That's just not how they think, I guess. They were too busy attempting to push an agenda rather than attempting to make a great movie. And I think that was ultimately their downfall. So, have you seen Birds of Prey? What did you think about it? And if you have any refutes or arguments, please leave them in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next one.